Hello everybody. Um, the video quality might be a little bit lower in audio quality for this video because I'm actually recording this instead of on my iPhone on a cheap Android tablet, and it doesn't have a very good quality camera in it. But the reason I'm doing that is because I wanted to talk a little bit about something on my iPhone, and I got a suggestion for topics, and one of them was to talk about the process of getting an app ready for being put in the App Store for the Apple App Store. And I was thinking that I haven't done that for 5 years, so my experience might be a little out of date, and I'm just trying to also be a little more appreciative and think on the positive side a little more. So I was thinking maybe instead I'd talk about something I really like about Apple, and that is Siri, which is, for those who don't know, it's the digital assistant on the iPhone. And Google now has something similar, has for a little while now, on some of the Android phones and such, but I haven't used it, so I can't speak from experience. But I just thought I'd show some of the things that you can do on Siri that I think is kind of neat. And Siri has probably helped keep me sane over the last year because it has really given me the ability to do stuff on my phone, message people, or keep up to date with my email and a number of other things without having to actually look at my phone, because my eyes being so weak, I can't look at screens for very long. I'm getting a little better, and I can use screens for a little bit longer now, but still use Siri a lot. And if you have an iPhone 4S or later, I've got a 5 here, you can activate Siri just by holding the little button down here. So, what's the temperature outside?
It's 17 degrees Celsius right now.
And there's a whole lot of things you can do with Siri. That it's just really great because, say I want to send a message. Message Mary.
Okay, what do you want to say to Mary Scovlog?
Feet of bug.
Ready to send it?
Send.
Okay, I'll send it.
So I just sent my sister a text message. It's an inside joke, the text there. But there's a lot of things if you have an iPhone there that you may not know or have never really tried out with Siri. And there's a lot of little useful things. You can do things like set timer for 10 seconds.
Roger that. T-minus 10 seconds and counting.
So if you have to time something, you can set it for however long you want, but um, it's a lot easier than trying to open up an app and do things. There's a lot of little things you can do, getting information. This is probably one of the things that has been most useful for me because I'm a curious guy, and it's tough not being able to read much, but Siri can access Wikipedia. Wikipedia, Catherine the Great. So it'll
Okay,
bring up
I
an
found
article,
this.
and then if I read it,
Yekaterina Alexievna, or Catherine II, also known as Catherine the
so
Great,
it'll
was the
read
most
stuff
renowned
for
and the
you.
longest ruling female leader of Russia, reigning from July 9th, 1760.
And it'll only read the introductory paragraph, but that's often enough. It's connected also to Wolfram Alpha, which gives it a ton of really interesting information if you like random trivia like I do. So, what is the GDP of Canada?
Let me think about that. It looks like the answer is about $1.79 trillion per year.
That's useful too. Convert 1 Canadian dollar to US dollars.
77 cents.
So that's that's neat. And there's a ton of different things you can do. Simple math as well. So if you're trying to calculate a tip or something like that, you can just what is 21.56 divided by 0.15?
About 143
Wait,
points.
sorry. My math is bad. I haven't done this in a while. What is 15?
Sorry, I didn't get that.
What is 15% of 21.56?
It's 3.234.
So you can figure out stuff like that. And you can add appointments to your calendar. You can send email. You can read email, but you can't read individual emails. It'll just give you the list of new emails and their senders, like the subjects and everything like that, which is useful for me since it's easier than reading. What else is there that's really useful? There's some fun things that it's not so useful, but it's just interesting. This is an interesting one. What Pokemon type is Pikachu?
Checking. Pikachu is an electric Pokemon.
And that's apparently one of the databases that Wolfram Alpha has. And Wolfram Alpha, it's just a service online, a knowledge database online. There's a lot of weird things here. This one's interesting. What planes are above me right now?
Checking my sources.
Let's see if that still works. I haven't tried this in a long time. Doesn't seem to be going. But at least I used to be able to. It would take data from commercial flight plans and everything to figure out approximately what planes might be overhead of you right at that moment, or in your approximate area, which is kind of neat. The internet might be a little bit slow right now. It checks out here. We don't have very good internet sometimes. Let's see. There's some other fun things you can do. Open the pod bay doors. Internet's kind of checking out here. That's one of the downsides to Siri, is that it does some of its work on the internet, like it just to get the wording right or get information. And so if your internet's not working happily, it might not work. What is 0 divided by 0? Come on. Come on. Okay, so anyway, there are a ton of little useful things you can do. There's what else? You can check the time in different cities. If you ask it what the time is in Tokyo or something like that, it'll give you that. You can have it read any notifications.
I'm having a problem with the connection.
Yeah.
Please try again in a little bit.
Okay, let's try this again. What is 0 divided by 0?
Imagine that you have 0 cookies and you split them evenly among 0 friends. How many cookies does each person get? See, it doesn't make sense. And Cookie Monster is sad that there are no cookies. And you are sad that you have no friends.
So it's got a bit of a sarcastic sense of humor. Open the pod bay doors.
Without your space helmet, you're going to find this rather breathtaking.
It's there's a ton of just joke things that you can ask it. Are you good?
I guess you'll have to be the judge of that.
And things like that. It's fun. It's very useful, especially if you run into problems like I do with my eyes, where I can't do a whole lot with my eyes. It has really helped me able to be actually able to use my phone. When I haven't been able to, I can have it play new podcasts if I tell it to. Play new podcasts. Let's see. So when it starts playing. podcast here. Let me pause it here. Anyway, there's a lot of different things that's really useful. And one last thing I'll mention about it, if you have iOS 8 or later, they added a feature where if it's plugged into power, you can set it so that instead of actually having to hold down the button, you just go, "Hey Siri, what time is it?"
It's 8:17 a.m.
And it saves you the work of having to use your hands or look at the screen. It's a little more verbose when it's doing things. And so if you're driving a car or something like that, you can interact with your phone just by voice if you have it plugged into, say, if you have one of those charger things or whatever. Anyway, those are some of the really neat things about Siri. It has been really useful to me by, you know, allowing me to do things that I wouldn't be able to do otherwise. Probably the, getting information through Wikipedia or other stuff like that's, been great for me because I'm a curious guy and I like to learn things as I can. Anyway, that's about all I have to say. Just thought I'd kind of show off some of the fun things you can do that you might not know about. Anyway.